Hello, and welcome once again to another episode of Third Action. I am your lovely host, Jason, and these are the same three, I don't know, that were here last week. In the bottom left, we've got Charlotte playing Asher Ford, Human Ranger.
And I'm still here this week.
Perfect. In the bottom middle, we have Greshy Ironroot, Dwarven Druid, and his dog Phelan 2, played by Will.
I've been here the whole time.
Where are you? Are you in, you're trapped in some coliseum? Or library?
Library?
Yeah.
Church?
I want to say it's Tales from Earthsea.
It's got an inside wall and another outside.
We'll say he's in the cathedral. Yeah.
Chapel.
I'm in the cathedral. That's kind of what I was thinking about.
Oh, giant bulliers. Thank you, Ido. Yes, these are the giant bulliers. And the bottom right, the biggest giant bully of them all, Gunn, Shough, human redeemer of Erastil, and his faithful companion, Rock. Who's not a rock, but is a giant eagle.
Close enough.
Well, now in my headcanon, it's like he's got a pet rock, but it flies somehow.
He throws it at people.
It's literally fun just throwing it.
Yeah.
Oh, the classic
guys.
barbarian animal companion.
He drew a face on it, like an angry bird.
All right, well, so last time on Third Action, our group of intrepid adventurers interrogated a giant. I believe you found out the location where the giants have been holed up. It is a place called Jorgenfist, far to the northeast. And it is where their leader, Mokmurian, resides. You also learned about Tyractinus, the stone giant who led the raid on Sandpoint, but got away. You talked to Broderick Quink, who informed you that the stone giant had stolen a stone from the old light. You've had some thoughts about why that is or what that means, but I'll leave you all to your own devices on that. What else? Anything else of huge note? The giant has agreed to lead you to the valley where Jorgenfist lies. But no further, in exchange for his safety. Basically, in exchange that you don't kill him, that you let him go at the end. And yeah, that's kind of where we left things off. You guys were going to... I guess I don't need to play the spooky music. Let's go back to the town song. Yeah, you guys are... It's later in the afternoon on... Sunday, Neth the 17th. This is still the day of the raid. Yeah, what do you guys want to do? I think... Oh, I guess it's actually evening now because you did a bunch of stuff. You talked to people.
Mm-hmm.
I think you met up after talking to Broderick Quink and exchanged some information. And we're deciding what to do next. We can... So the shops are still open, but it is very late. They're probably going to start closing soonish. So if you want to do any shopping,
for us. We're heroes or something.
Yeah, we definitely have.
That's true. You can.
Mine.
When I kick down the door, I'm level 11 or more.
It's higher level than quite a lot of people in the world.
My kicks.
So yeah, I think I gave you guys the shop inventories of what's available. I know you guys wanted to do some shopping, so if you're gonna buy anything, let me know now, I suppose. Otherwise, yeah, just tell me what your plans are for the rest of the evening.
Yep.
Did we plan on... Sorry, buying from the scroll?
In a second. It depends.
Okay.
I mean, whether I can do my one depends on whether this the armor shop will buy back my old shield. So
yes,
I
they buy back your old shield for half price.
I have a lesser sturdy shield, and I want to trade that in for a moderate sturdy shield.
Yeah, so this would be at Sava's armory, where you got the armor outfitted for Rock.
Well,
yeah, she's more than...
Well, she's...
Yeah, the shield's not too badly dinged up. She thinks she could refurbish it a little bit and resell it for decent value, so yeah, half price.
Okay. In that case, I do still have enough. I have enough to get in on an armor rune order with Asher. So Asher's gonna get a +1 rune on his armor, and I'm gonna try and put a +1 armor rune on Rock's armor.
Okay.
Just
and
to
I think
mention, I believe the shop is closed on Sundays.
Oh, Stranzelplum?
Sunday?
We could also
it
do
is
that
Sunday.
tomorrow.
Yeah,
We could do that while
we
on
don't
the
have to
road
do it right now.
because he can do that
We
when we stop for a day.
once we stop, perhaps, but just
Mm-hmm.
noting that I believe he's
Mhm.
closed on Sundays.
That's a good call. Good call. I had forgotten.
We'd be so
Yes.
mad it wasn't coming back fast enough. Where is it?
It also
Um,
returns to the point that we do it, so we'd have to do it at a stopping point whenever we send them.
Yeah, and you'd obviously have to take off your armor or whatever it is that you're sending to him.
So, other than that, I had one more thing I wanted to ask about in town, which is, does anybody know if reinforcements are still coming from Magnamar?
Yes, if you talk to Sheriff Hemlock, he will inform you that yes, more reinforcements are coming from Magnamar. He's already sent out a few messengers to inform them of the sudden attack. He's hoping that some will arrive soon, but obviously the entire region has been having trouble, so Magnamar has been spread a bit thin on all of the recent attacks.
Okay, that makes sense. Unless anyone else had something, that's all I had. But I think we're probably going to stay the night here and head out at first light, pretty much.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, if you're
And I
if you're
was-
staying the night, you could put in this Ranzelplum order and just wait for him to get it done first thing in the morning.
I like that.
Sure, he'll do it during next business hours according to the scroll.
Sure.
Just gotta wait for it.
Yeah, that works for me.
Yeah, because he did it in like 2 seconds last time. Pretty fast guy.
It is instantaneous-ish.
Yeah, the only other
Um,
thing I'm gonna buy is one moderate healing potion. I thought I could buy 2, but I cannot. So one.
Okay. All right, you pick up one of those from the cathedral. One of Father
And I put it in
Xandus's
my-
acolytes provides it to you.
I don't know what these gloves are called. The storage gloves. The gloves,
Gloves
of
of
storing.
storing.
Wow, I was close. Okay.
Easy.
Storage gloves. Finally, I'm storing something in my gloves.
Oh, you got the gloves too?
Yeah, I bought them a bit ago. I bought them
Oh, nice.
before I'm gonna say before Rock was born, because I originally was like, can I put Rock's egg in my gloves? I
Right.
couldn't.
There would be problems with that. Unfortunately, your gloves are not nearly as fancy as mine.
It's
But
true. I
it's
was a little jealous
I know.
when you
I
got those. I
understand,
was like,
but
mine are normal gloves. It's
Yeah.
okay.
only one of us can be fancy.
It's true. I'd rather you be fancy.
I am so fancy. You already know.
Well, then, before we head to bed, I would probably try to locate a couple of folks we want to say goodbye to.
Yes.
And to Asher and Greshy. So I know we told Shalelu she can come along as long as she pleases, but do you think she's going to stay behind this time?
I think it might be for the best that she stay behind. It's safer, at the very least.
I do fear she might be getting in over her head, and for that matter,
So could we.
yeah, we're probably getting in over our heads too, but I'd rather not put her in danger. And the town could probably use more hands helping get things cleaned up. I lost a lot of people, and a lot of things got burned.
Yeah.
She might be able to help somehow.
All right, well, what do we want to do about that? Just offer it to her? Suggest? I don't want to go back. I don't want to take back my word, but I do think
Did
I
we-
would
Did we
recommend
give
it.
her a promise of any sort? I don't
Yeah,
think
what
so.
was the word?
Just tell her
Wait.
that we
I thought we-
appreciate her
I think we
services
said
and she
that-
needs to stay someplace safe.
I think I explicitly said that she's welcome to come with us as long as she cares to.
So is this one of those situations where you have one of those pets and you're like, I'm not allowed to keep you, so I'm going to tell you that I hate you, so that you go away and you don't come back to me.
It's like Pikachu.
No, I mean, I think we would just tell her, like,
Together forever.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't
think
there
she's
for that.
probably mature enough to handle it if we just told her we don't think it's a good idea.
I mean, if it makes you feel better, you don't have to go back on your word. I can tell her the truth.
We're all adults here. I
We
think.
decided
I don't
she's
think
not
she's
welcome
like
because we don't want her
16.
getting hurt.
You can't come with us. She'll be like, oh my god, thank god. I mean, oh darn.
Well, for that matter, there's other things that she could be doing as well, that the Black Arrows could still use her help with her father? Boyfriend? I don't remember what their relationship was.
Her
Cardos?
dad.
It is her dad? Okay.
Her stepdad.
Okay. Well, that's just weird. I don't even know anymore.
They're not related. Their hair color is very different if you look.
Well, that doesn't mean anything. I mean, look at my
Should
hair color.
also
I don't know about those
should
recessive
also
genes.
should also try to find a Mako. I don't know if we've seen her since the battle. She
Well,
was
I-
supposed to be here, right?
I mean, I
Oh, I
assumed
mean,
that
if
we
you're
were
in
being-
the inn, Mako is there. You saw her.
Oh, okay.
She was in the
Hey, she was in the square
audience
with us when we were-
yesterday. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. I was just making sure that she hadn't like turned invisible and then disappeared and
She turned
actually
invisible and was
disappeared.
always gone.
No, she's still around.
She's a figment of our imagination.
yeah, you guys are currently in back at the Rusty Dragon.
Okay,
And she's made made dinner for you guys. You're
cool. Well, yeah,
you're-
let's
yeah.
have a nice meal with her and
Thilda? Is that her name?
Bethana.
Bethana.
Bethana. I think I like Bethilda better, but we'll go with
It's definitely
Bethana.
Bethana.
And-
Yeah, I mean, Bethana is
Assure them
mostly doing some cleaning, but Ameko is happy to. She's pretty hungry too after the rough day, and she's eager to hear all of your stories about what you guys have been up to. She listens wide-eyed while playing her shamisen to the tune of your stories. And you have a surprisingly nice little dinner. There's not many other people down. Well, there's some who are here just gathered around to hear your stories, enjoying the food, relieved that they didn't die today. But the mood in town is pretty somber, I guess.
hmm We're gonna do everything we can to bring back the missing folks.
Yes.
Also, probably kill that dragon.
Yes. I would like that too.
I
Did
guess
kill many people here.
perception check gun.
Okay, let's do that. We have a
Bad.
30.
30. In talking to people throughout the day, perhaps a somewhat common theme that you've noticed is that people are much more worried about those who lost their lives or those who got injured today than they are about most of the people who got kidnapped. Not many people are like, oh no, what happened to insert person here.
Huh.
It
So they
seems like
really
there's-
did manage to pick up the less well-liked townfolk.
Yes, even you even hear some people who, in some weird way, think the giants did them a service by getting rid of some of these people.
Yikes.
If I hear one, I would like to hit them over the head with my staff. Just bonk.
Ow!
If Greshy does that, I'll just kind of nod like,
I know that Sheriff Hemlock is probably happy about one of the problems, or at least 2 or 3 or 4.
Yeah, I wouldn't call him. He's not super happy about it. He feels maybe a little bit vindicated, but
Yes.
I don't think he wishes ill on many people.
What, scarlet teeth? Over
Yeah.
there.
It's just like, you shouldn't have done that. Oh well.
Karma's a bitch.
Oops. They called him bad names.
And
They
then,
did, in fact.
It sounds like we have most of our travel arrangements ready to go. Other than that, like we've figured out how we're gonna get food, and we have the yurt for shelter. But we're just gonna have Gargan, the giant, travel outside. Like maybe
We're just gonna be
maybe
traveling
we
on
get him
foot.
a blanket or something.
I mean,
But
if he
probably-
can squeeze, I've got a large tent if he wants to squeeze underneath that.
Hmm.
I'm not gonna say he has to stay out in the rain if it starts raining, but
He can put his
he
like
just won't fit in the
upper
yurt
body
with
in it.
something like that. It's a large tent, it's just maybe not that big.
Well,
So
he's
he's
not
not
here
gonna
to talk to you about it, but
You could
Um,
always ask him what he would like to sleep.
I don't think we had any other preparations we needed to do though.
all right. Well, with that then, your free meal downed, your night in your old comfy beds at the Rusty Dragon gone through. It is now Moon Day, Neth the 18th. And
Wow.
I have to give you guys a stone giant, don't I? Let me go grab
Yeah,
Our new
Me
friend.
too. you knew this was coming.
one. Yeah. PCs always want a pet.
I actually don't want this pet. I would actually rather us. It would be so much easier if we didn't have this pet.
Mhm.
Friendship.
I was even like, we could just let him. We could just kill him now. It'd be fine.
Greshy,
But-
no.
Y'all were just like, no, we can't just kill the giant. We have to be
We
nice and
can't.
save him.
He's given us nice information. Now we have to be somewhat nice to him.
Do you know how many people he killed before we captured him?
No, I don't. Because he did not say, and I did not see.
Would you like to ask him?
I did ask him, how many people this town did you kill? But he's not here yet, or I'm not there yet. What a loaded question to ask in the middle of the town. Just like, hey, my friend and I have a bet. How many people have you
I
killed?
bet you killed at least 5.
I'll have.
I
all right,
less
well.
than 5.
Okay, so in the morning, you guys wake up, go about your daily routine. I guess you might get up kind of early. The runes that you sent off are the bag of stuff you sent off to Stranzelplom comes back, and you get whatever items you asked for. Yeah,
Including a
you're-
new scroll you all asked for, I assume?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, if you ordered a scroll, you get a scroll back. So, some of the items are have a little bit of glitter stuck to them. That's a little bit of a pain to get off, but it's not a lot. It's just a few specks here and there. Yeah, you've got your new items. You meet with Sheriff Hemlock, Shalelu, Mako, Father Xantos, and the mayor. Basically, Sheriff Hemlock calls for you once you guys are ready, and you meet at the town hall, where you speak with basically the heads of the town to tell them what you're up to and what you're going to do. Shalelu agrees to stay behind. She doesn't. She almost offers it up for herself, and kind of assumes that she's going to be staying behind to help out around the town, and that they could use the extra hands. She's probably going to be doing some proper scouting to watch the surrounding area, because they've been woefully short on scouts. And
Give her a fist bump and tell her she's the best friend we've met along our way.
you guys are pretty fun to be around, except for all the danger that you get into. But what's life without a little danger?
Somewhat fun. I'm gonna give her a big hug.
Yep, she gives you a big hug too.
Yay.
Well, take care, Asher. didn't think I'd find family on this adventure, but
I know. It's nice to have pats on the shoulder. It's nice to have. He like thinks about it. He's like, I guess someone again.
well, I'll always be here. So come back safe, please.
Do my best not to die. But if I do, Gunn will write you a nice letter about it, I'm sure. He's very good at writing. I think.
Well,
I assume so. He's good at talking.
I look forward to never reading that letter, hopefully.
Yeah. That's probably for the best.
Like, wow, Asher.
You'll carry my body. It's fine.
I don't know, all of a sudden I'm very hype about this letter.
Greshy's ready for it. Greshy will proofread it.
Father
you're being too
Xantus comes up to you and this isn't much, but we've managed to gather a couple of supplies for your journey. And he presents you a case of 6 moderate healing potions.
I just
Appreciate
bought one of these. Perfect, though.
That's very nice of you. Thank you for that. Those will definitely come in handy. Let's split those up a couple each so that
Sure.
we use the new bandolier rules and we're all ready
Yep.
to use those.
You just stuff them
Right
in,
away.
in your belt loops, sure? Or on your bandoliers that you've got now?
They come, yeah, exactly. We suddenly have bandoliers
Have a lot
6
more
healing
straps
potions.
have appeared.
and 3 bandoliers. That's what he gave us.
I have like 20 pockets. I can shove it in one. It'll be fine.
Yeah, there was some for the unaware. Paizo did a second edition rules update or errata recently, and they did some changes to the how items work. Pretty minor, but
Oh, ignore that.
that's fine.
Oops.
Yeah. So let's see. Anybody else giving you anything? Guess not. Sheriff Hemlock and Mayor Deverin wish they could give you something, but all of their resources are going to fixing the town currently. But once you get back, we should have a nice big feast. Maybe throw some kind of festival or party.
I'm looking
Sure.
forward to it.
I love food. No, I don't. I don't know why I said that. I haven't eaten in many weeks.
yeah, Asher says as this like little gem is like flying around his head.
Wait a minute.
Oh, yeah, last
Wait.
time we had a festival, it went pretty poorly, but maybe next time things will be different. You can actually relax and have fun.
True. The goblins seem to be doing okay not attacking the town, so we can only hope that nothing else does.
I'm not holding my breath.
They have, they have been oddly quiet of late, says Sheriff Hemlock, with a concerned look on his face. I hope they're not plotting anything devious. Well, but with Shalelu back, we should be able to check up on them a little bit more often. Just hope there's nothing dark or concerning going on there. Oh, speaking of dark and concerning,
Try diplomacy when you get a chance. They might be more amenable now than before.
we'll try, but we'll try, he says. Yes, speaking of dark and concerning, he'll kind of pull you out of the room as the other people start to disperse from the meeting. Do you all remember that Habe's sanatorium?
Oh yes.
Yeah, I think
That
we wrote you something about it, right?
Well, you told us about it in person. Had us. We sent a couple of guys to investigate. Turns out those guys didn't come back, so we had to send another group of guys. They also didn't come back. We had to send a whole squad of people over there. Turns out they had a necromancer in the basement. It's really weird stuff. They're doing some kind of weird experimentation. I'm not really sure what all that was about. We managed to subdue both Habe and whoever the necromancer guy was. But
Yikes.
some nasty business. Just thought you might be interested in knowing about it, since it happened
Yeah, sorry we skipped that side quest.
Was the necromancer in the basement because he wanted to be in the basement?
Yes, according to the books, it seemed like he had some kind of deal with Habe to
okay.
transfer patients down to his lab, or down to his, I don't know, necromancy suite, once they had died for use in his weird experiments. It's quite the
maybe that
strange
would be-
operation. I'm glad we shut it down, but yeah, just thought you should know that don't expect to drop any more patients off at the sanatorium. It's been permanently closed and burned.
No. The burning was a good idea.
Good idea.
It almost sounds unnecessary, but I suppose.
Yeah,
But
you're
on
probably
But on
right.
second thought, no. Pretty necessary.
Well, that's why I didn't have a graveyard.
You know, we were wondering about that. I
You
thought we
guys
were just
thought they
eating
were
them.
eating them.
You did?
Mhm. And
Ha!
that's why someday we'd like to go back to the dam as well and clean that out of
Oh,
what's his name? Wet Papa
wet
Grozul.
daddy.
Well, that sounds
And
like a
that-
lot of
that's the
fun.
skull man.
Hopefully it doesn't involve any more of my guards, though. We're running short on them
No.
as it is. Well, good luck, friends. I wish you best of luck on your adventure.
Thank you.
Right, and Sheriff Hemlock walks off. He also gives you the keys to the giant's chains.
Probably
Okay.
be useful.
Yeah, he gets there and we're like, oh, sorry, buddy.
We'll have
Oh, we'll just leave them there. It's fine.
Yeah.
All right.
Hello?
Having said your goodbyes to the group, what would you like to do?
We should probably get going.
mhm.
Did we need food, or did we just decide we didn't?
So I have prepared food, great food for the day at 4th level. So that will feed the giant on its own. So as long as we can feed the rest of us with the supplies from the yurts, it shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, we do have enough for you, me, and the 2 animals in the yurt.
Excellent. I forgot the yurt made
And-
food.
And then Asher doesn't need to eat, apparently.
Nope. I've forgotten what food is.
So all we need is horse
You still
feed.
can eat. You just
I
don't
know.
need to.
I just choose not to.
I no longer recall food.
All we need
Um,
is horse feed, which I've stocked up on.
I've got 5, but I also don't have a horse anymore. So, how's Blitz doing anyway?
Oh, I should. I'll go
Oh,
get
you
him.
Turn him?
I kept him safe, but
Well,
now I will go get him.
you should probably return him and or re-rent him or something.
Yeah, I mean, as it turns out, I believe the horses were let loose during the battle, and nobody really went back for them.
Blitz was not let loose. Blitz is certainly waiting for
Oh,
me.
sorry, Blitz.
Perfectly
Blitz
alive.
wasn't. Blitz was tied up. But
Yeah,
Kapal
gently.
Paul was left on the bridge at the south of town.
if you go asking around, and the guards report that the stables has somebody had found both of those loose horses and brought them over to the stable for the time being. Blitz is exactly where you left him.
Blitz, I'm so sorry you were waiting for so long.
He barely
He's
even
very
reacts
obedient.
to your.
Aw, you're very stoic, Blitz.
as long
When
as
you
the command
arrive,
is-
he doesn't even react to you, and you fear for a moment that he's died standing up.
Oh my
but then you see
God.
the slight tail swish, and you're like, oh, thank God.
He's fine. Oh, let's take you to a comfier place than this.
As long as the
place.
command is stay, he's very obedient.
Doesn't have to do much. Did you know that they sleep laying down and they look like they're dead when they
Do they?
Yeah.
Really?
They're
What? I assume they sleep standing up. Why?
There was some story where a guy had to put signs on his like farm fence that said, "Please stop calling people and knocking my door. My horse is not dead. It is sleeping. This is how they sleep sometimes."
Sounds like
So-
Blitz for sure.
Blitz just stands there and slowly dies. But he's gonna come back to his stable. He's my rental. I will return him to his home.
Okay. So yeah, you return Blitz. It's it's one of those like really sappy moments for Asher, but not for Blitz.
No, Blitz
That
does
Blitz-
not give a crap.
Well, Blitz just like barely can react to you at all. But Asher's
Oh.
like tears welling up in his eyes a little bit.
Oh,
You've seen
You
this
have
horse for
effectively
so
killed this
long.
horse.
On his way out.
this
He's gonna need a
horse
new
has
horse.
absolutely kept me fast, I guess. Well, now I'm as fast as the horse. So
The stable owner is absolutely befuddled that you brought this horse back.
he's a good horse. This horse has so many miles on him, and he's still going.
Well,
Will I need another horse? I guess because we're walking with the giant. Actually, no, I'm faster for 8 hours without a horse.
you would only
Wow.
be traveling by foot for 8 hours at a time anyway.
Yeah, so I'm actually fine without a horse. I'm as
Mhm.
fast as a horse.
When I'm riding Phelan, we're fine.
And I guess
Yep.
the giant's slow.
And-
so-
I'll
that
be
matter-
riding Kapal for now, but I intend to when we.
Wait, Kapal
Make
is
camp.
Kapal's Greshy's?
Okay, sorry, the other one. You're right. You said they found Kapal.
Hi.
You didn't tell me they found.
Well, Paul was what Shalala was using. Actually, I gave
Well, I'm
Shalala
sorry.
to Paul. So she will be keeping that horse. I don't remember what yours is named. It wasn't my horse. Cinder or something?
Something close to that.
Cimarron.
Cimarron.
Yes,
Gunn's
there we go.
horse was
How
named
could you forget
Thank
your
you.
best friend's name?
Had to go back and look it up. It was in my notes at least. I can also make a ghosty horse for you if you don't want to ride Cimarron anymore. I don't remember
Well-
if you bought him or not.
Well,
I
I,
was
have
gonna
my
say,
own, I have a plan.
Gunn does actually come back with Kapal, not realizing which horse he had.
Oh, oops.
I see.
I guess you're right. My bad. Did you want to bring Kapal?
No, I gave Kapal to Shalalu.
Okay, I'll go back to the stable. Yes, sorry. I actually need that one. That one's fine.
almost-
Okay. He gives you back Cimarron.
Okay. I'll be riding Cimarron today, but before long, he'll probably be relegated to being a pack horse.
All right. Did you purchase Cimarron or is that a rental? Stock?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I
I
did.
couldn't recall if you had purchased him or
Right.
not.
I rented. But
Yeah, I think
I
only
remember.
Asher and Greshy rented.
he was 50%
no, actually,
off.
Greshy
Oh, sorry.
did
Greshy
buy
Oh,
them
Greshy
all.
bought. Yeah, yeah.
Aye.
Okay.
Greshy was prepared.
Horse logistics aside, so this time you're just bringing Cimarron with you. Guess I can put
And-
Cimarron on our little splash.
And not
page.
Blitz? We're not bringing Blitz either? Okay, Blitz is
No, I
staying in
can
San
run
Fran.
as fast as Blitz
Okay.
on a travel day. 8 hours is travel and 8 hours is long strider. So
Nice.
All right. You've got your horse, you've got your animals, you've got everything except the giant.
where is that giant?
He's still chained up. We still have to go get
Is
him.
he in
go-
like the
we'll go
middle
get
of
him.
town?
Yeah, he's just
in
chained
town
up in the
square.
middle of the town square.
Oh,
Yeah.
that must be very uncomfortable.
Well, aye.
Sure, he
We
wants
probably
to
could've-
stretch his legs.
We probably could have been nice to him overnight and, I don't know, given him shelter or something, but...
Well, now maybe we can tell if he like enjoyed being outdoor. Oh, I guess he was kind of chained up. So
Oh, when you arrive
like-
into the town square, there's the guards have like set up a kind of perimeter around him. They've erected a small fence, and are keeping watch and making sure to. There's many of the civilians are like jeering at him and hurling curses his way, but the guards have been pretty good about breaking things up and getting people to stop. But yeah, when you arrive, Gargan, he's just kneeling, because his legs and arms are chained up to this post, and his head is lowered, but he looks up at the group of you approaching. So, is it time?
It is time.
Question for you. How many people did you kill while you were in town?
Oh.
How many of
Crazy.
my kind have you killed in your life?
Lot of stars to
Got 'em.
count.
How many of your own kind have you slain?
Many less.
Then I have no business answering.
Alright.
How many of
Here, I
my
thought it was something you were
kind
going to
have
brag about, but I guess you're too ashamed to admit that you came into town and did not all.
All right, Greshy.
I think
Let's just
Greshy
get him.
Greshy thinks he's bragging so much. But Asher's so confused. Asher's just like, what?
Gonna unlock him, or?
Yeah, who has the keys?
I guess I probably have it.
I believe you were given the keys.
I would give Gunn the keys. He's the
I mean, he's
tallest.
practically harmless, it seems like. So.
Tallest.
That's the metric by
What is
which
that?
Asher decides.
Well, you can yeah.
Besides, who's in charge.
Yeah, okay,
See,
that makes
it's the
sense. That makes
big-
sense.
It's the big ones that are in charge. That's how you know.
You
it.
reach up, you
It's
gotta
a Zelda
get him.
theory.
All right. Well, I'll go unlock the chains and stow them away.
Okay, you do so, and the giant like pulls his arms forward and stretches and stands up to his full height, and kind of rubs his ankles, and like rubs his wrists where the chains had bound him. Well then, let us go. He grumbles.
I agree to the point.
Let's go take a nice walk, stretch our legs, get it back into nature.
Let's get this business underway.
All right. The heavy thuds of his footprints through the town. Civilians all part and back away as he approaches, or as the group of you approaches. And you make your way up, presumably towards the north gate of town.
Yep.
And onto the world map. Did that actually move? What's going on here? Sorry, there it is. Yay. Where are you guys? You're at Sandpoint.
Down here.
I guess I need to put some like,
Sandpoint.
tokens on here, don't I? Who wants to be the leader? Or I can just move the three of you together. That's fine.
We're a team.
Actually, here.
We hold hands and walk.
Oh, we would have regenerated some hit points overnight, wouldn't we?
Yes,
Yeah.
you should have healed
Little bit, yeah.
overnight. No, you didn't level up. Don't ask.
I wasn't going to.
I
may have
know
thought
that
it.
somebody was going to ask.
I may have thought it loudly.
Let me.
I no
copy-
longer ask. After how long it took to get to 11, I'm just like, okay.
Well, we're still only in book, what, 4 now?
4.
We're going to 20. We got
This is
plenty
book
of
4.
time.
Wait, there's 20 books?
No, we're going to level 20.
Oh, I was like, my God. We'll never
Well,
finish.
There's what, 18 of the
18
Runelord
what?
ones, aren't there? Or wasn't like 3
Um,
different APs that are kind of in the same sequence or something?
Yes, there are three Runelords specific APs. Rise of the
So it's almost
Runelords,
20.
Shattered Star, and Return of the Runelords.
Oh, they come back.
Yeah, they
Apparently.
return. They both rise and they return.
They rise,
Exciting.
they leave, they come back.
See, that's what it is. It's the first one's the rise, the second one is them deciding fuck all and going away, and then the third one's we're coming back again.
It makes it a little confusing because everybody refers to Rise of the Runelords as ROTRL, but then they released Return, and it's the same acronym. Sure. All right.
Speedwagon.
We've got some dudes on the. I guess these are just for your use. But okay, so party is down here. We've got some traveling to do. What are your speeds? I guess I just need to know who has the lowest speed.
I
for
think we
travel
determined the
purposes.
giant actually has the lowest speed.
That's a good question. Our giant
Because you said it was
friend,
35, I think.
I agree with that. Yes, his speed is 35 feet.
What's Phelan's speed?
40.
40? Okay. Then Phelan and Asher and Cimarron can all move 40.
So it's the giant that's slowing us down, if that.
And Rock can fly 60.
I could make a magic horse that goes 80, but again, we can't really put the giant on the
Giant
horse.
on the horse.
Can I put if I cast it twice, can I have the giant ride both horses?
No.
Can you put Phelan's collar on the giant and make him a baby?
Well, I mean, somebody did call him our pet, and
It does not work on non-animal companions.
No.
fair.
He is not going to be degraded to such lows.
I feel like that would be a
Child.
bit much. Also, a child giant would still probably be pretty big.
Where is my travel speed? I've forgotten. What would this be? I think I'd remember where this table was exactly.
I'd say
Well,
it's
I
under
guess,
exploration.
yeah. What is your strategy for this first day? So you get out of town with little trouble. What exploration activity would everyone like to do? It could be anything you want. The default ones that are available are Avoid Notice, Defend, Detect Magic, Follow the Expert, Hustle, Investigate, Repeat a Spell, Scout, or Search. And those are all in the rulebook under Exploration Activities. I can describe them to you if you need. But otherwise...
I don't think we want to be moving at half speed. So that reduces
Hustle?
out most of them. Hustle is something we can do for some of the time, but not very much.
Yeah, Hustle is a little... Hustle is if you're moving... you can only do it for a maximum of 10 minutes times your... 10 times your Constitution in minutes.
Okay.
The Constitution modifier. So it's not very long. That's more for exploration on like a small scale. But this is big scale exploration. You've got a lot of miles to cross. So you're leaving Sandpoint all the way here in the south, and you're trying to get to the Storval Stairs. And from the Storval Stairs up into some valley that this giant is aware of. Well, that's not the ruler tool at all.
I think the plan was to go.
Yeah, what route
Generally
are you guys going?
I think we were generally going to Galduria or close to it. We can decide
Okay.
whether we want to actually stop in the town or just kind of do
I mean, there's
something like this.
there's a giant with us,
Right.
so while we could send somebody into town, I don't think we'd want to take the giant into town.
Right.
So if you pass through Galduria, cross over Wolf's Ear, then up to Ravenmoor, and then over to the Storwell Stairs, that's about a 260-mile journey.
hmm
Ooh.
That seems like the best to me, although maybe we skip Galduria and go straight to Wolf's Ear.
That doesn't. I mean, it seems reasonable to me. It just doesn't save a whole lot of time. But
Right.
miles are miles.
hmm
Just a straight line. Cross
just gonna-
the river, we swim it.
do.
Yeah, you would need some. If you weren't passing through Wolf's Ear, or you'd have to like ford the river in some way.
Oh, I see. You always have to ford the river.
It'd still be about
Yeah.
260 miles, even
You save
passing
in,
like
like-
Calduria.
Yeah, you're saving like 5.
There are certainly some shallower areas or places that are easier to cross over that you'd be able to do without swimming. But it is like a major river.
I think we'll be able to talk our way through there.
One of us will.
So- So let's make for Wolf's Ear.
Okay. In that case, so we determined 35 is the slowest speed. So that is going to be... Write it down so I stop forgetting. Looks like it's 28 miles per day. And you'll have, outside of the travel time, you will have like 4 hours of equivalent downtime. And to get a full downtime day, that would be 8 hours. So two of these travel days would equal 1 downtime day if you want to work on anything in the background. Okay.
I'm going to be reading my books unless something else happens.
Oh, right. Asher got the books on Thessalonian, so he'll be reading those.
I thought I did say last time, and if not, then I take it back. But I was going to take a small rock from the old light.
Yeah, you
Like
did.
a
You did.
chunk.
You
Yeah.
mentioned it at least jokingly. So if you want an actual
I was
rock from the
serious.
small, okay, yeah, you can take it.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
you
I
go stop by and pick up a pebble.
I will read to the pebble. Maybe it will tell me a secret.
Okay.
Well,
So,
if giants can talk to it, so
Asher-
can
Asher's
I.
let's see. So your first day, you guys make about 28 miles of progress. Let's call that there.
About 9 days to get there.
As you pass through, you've basically passed all the way through the Sandpoint hinterlands, past the Devil's Platter, through some various woods. Give me a survival check, whoever would be leading the party.
Probably Asher or Greshy.
I would give it to Asher then.
All right.
I imagine
Here I
Asher's our
go.
survival expert.
It's true. I am an expert, but let's see what happens when I click this
Definitely,
button.
What's the worst?
Ranger coming into his own.
It's a 25. That's not the
25.
worst.
Okay. Luckily, it's pretty easy to navigate through the Sandpoint region. You're pretty familiar with the hinterlands. It's all fairly straightforward. You do see lots of signs of damage, of trees being uprooted, of farms being ravaged. Like giants have obviously passed through a lot of this area. But you're able to find you end up stopping somewhere in a small wooded area, which is where you end up resting for the evening. Presumably you use the explorer's yurt, and you offer the tent to the giant.
Aggressions, yeah.
I mean,
I'll just ask him, do you need anything?
No, I'm fine. And he just sits down on the ground, and like he wipes his arm across the grass and like clears out a space in the dirt and just curls up and goes to sleep there.
Fine is what people say when they're not fine.
I think we should have some watch kept.
Sure.
all right, we can do that.
I think someone asked me earlier, or asked in our Discord chat earlier about watches and animal companions. I would allow your animal companions to do a watch.
Okay.
I would consider one. Phelan's a dog. He can.
He's a good boy. He could do watch, and then as you said, Rock's
Yeah,
a smart
he's like a
bird.
little bit more special than a normal dog is. Even though he's not super intelligent, he can at least he knows like to wake you if something happens.
Mhm.
And
Support
Rock
from the Wake of the
is
Dead.
actually quite intelligent. And is he'll stay up and watch. He does so from one of the trees. He'll like fly up and keep watch from above.
With 5 of us, we only need 2 hours extra in total to get a full night's rest. So that's 10 hours of actual resting for everyone to be fully rested.
Yep. And obviously that's excluding the giant, so everybody keeps their eyes on the
Right.
giant. He enjoys his full hearty night of rest.
There you go.
And doesn't make any strange moves or anything. He's very quiet. He's been quiet the whole
We're-
time. He doesn't speak to
Watching
anyone.
for outside threats too. I mean, we wouldn't want
Oh, of course, yeah.
bandits or even farmers with pitchforks and torches to come after us.
Yeah, so far nothing like that's happened, and nothing over the course of this night happens. The woods are you hear normal woodsy sounds, wolves off in the distance, birds early in the morning. Nothing out of the ordinary. For this region.
So my free time for the first day is going to be spent trying to see if I can learn to fly with Rock.
Okay.
So probably the
Um,
first session is mostly just getting him comfortable with the. Now that he's comfortable flying with the harness, I can try to climb on and see if we can find a way for him to like flap comfortably while I'm sticking down here. While I'm up on top
yeah,
there,
give me-
place for me to sit.
Give me an athletics check for Gunn and an acrobatics check for Rock.
Okay. Gunn has a terrible athletics check on that particular instance, but it still comes out at a 25 in total. And Rock is trained at acrobatics, so he has a 31.
Okay. So despite I mean, you've flown before, you've used magic to fly, but it feels very different to not have the magic of flight backing you when you're zooming around in the air. But you learn to just kind of trust in what Rock's doing and not panic too much. And Rock is able to... He has to kind of stay low at first, because he's not
we'll
used
stay
to
low
the added weight.
today, probably.
But he seems to be getting the hang of it quite quickly, and yeah, it seems like this is a thing that you'll be able to pick up pretty fast.
Awesome.
Okay. Asher, you said you're working on the book. Is
Mhm.
Greshy doing anything in particular with his free time?
Probably just trying to talk to Gargon. Trying to
About
see
what?
if I can
This
get
could
him.
be.
Trying to learn more about where he's coming from, about this Dark Tower, Jorgen Fist.
Give me a diplomacy check.
Sure. This can go nowhere but good.
Oh God.
That's natural 20 for a total of 30. As
That's
I said, this can go nowhere but good.
you're 2 for 2 when interacting with him.
Apparently, I'm just got a thing for giants. I don't even know.
Yeah, so I mean, the two of you are grumps. You, in some respect, get his grumpiness and get where he's coming from. You start with very small questions, and you're working on him. He hasn't warmed. Well, he certainly hasn't warmed up to anyone else in the group. He almost refuses to talk to anyone else. But he will converse with you in Yotun. You get the sense that he's at least starting to respect you for speaking Yotun to him. and for giving him the respect he thinks he deserves as a giant. And yeah, as far as things you learn on this day, you get the sense that he really admires Mokmurian. Supposedly, stone giant sorcerers are known for being... they're kind of like the heads of their society. Having real sorcery is a very rare trait, and those who possess it become quite powerful, and are looked up to as not deities, but they're looked to as like figureheads of the tribes. And Mokmurian is an interesting case because, like, what makes him so interesting and heroic is that he was supposed to be a sorcerer in his early days, in his youth, but he apparently developed his talents very late and had to lean on wizardry to cover his shortcomings, which is very, very looked down upon. So basically, he was like a wizard pretending to be a sorcerer. And when the elders found out about this, they banished him for life. But one day, Mokmurian came back with a whole like host of amazing, incredible powers, and showed those stuffy old elders who's boss, and basically took out all of the heads of all of the clans. And installed new heads that approved of him. And you get the sense that Gargan views this as like what an amazing, intense show of power. The stone giants don't need to follow the old ways anymore. At least not in their traditional sense. He feels like it's time for the stone giants to rise up and gain their own true place in society at large, as like the masters of the lower races.
Do I get the impression that Gargon is a younger stone giant?
Yes. In talking to him, you definitely get the impression that he's a younger stone giant. That he somehow feels wronged by stone giant society at large. And that Mokmurian is a hero because he tore down the...
Oh dear, is he an
the
incel?
elders.
Oh no. Stone giants rise up.
Maybe.
Oh no.
Oh, well, maybe we can teach him something better. Anyway, it's a start. That's good to know.
He puts away his fedora.
No. Oh, where's his katana at?
Studied the blade.
While you were all busy studying the club, he studied the blade. Yeah, he is. You get the sense that he is on the younger side for certainly a giant raider. That this was his first raid. But yeah, that's sort of what you learn.
Okay.
From this day of conversation with him.
It's not bad, actually. It's a decent amount of information. So.
Okay. With that, the next day, it was Moon Day the 18th. It is now, what is Tuesday? Toil Day? Toil Day the 19th. Same question. What are you guys doing? Any particular strategies while exploring? Otherwise, I'm gonna assume you're doing a path, something like that.
That looks about right. Just cutting across the fields and such.
Yep,
just
grasslands.
Heading across the grasslands to the northeast towards Galduria, giving it a little bit of a berth in case you decide not to go into town. I guess whoever's leading, again, survival check.
Da, 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 da. Here comes my survival check. 35.
35. Okay. On this day, Asher, you're able to find quite a few shortcuts through the wilderness around
Yeah.
what would have been normal obstacles, and you're able to get a little bit further than you thought you would today.
We did it.
Nice.
You get like a extra 5 miles or so of travel out of that day.
5 miles is
That's
5
awesome.
miles. We'll take it.
Yeah.
Let's see. Little thing. Whoop. Okay. One sec. That is. There we go. That night, or that evening, as night is beginning to fall, you end up encountering a rather large dire bat. You're like in the middle of setting up your camp and putting out feed, and maybe Greshy is carrying some of the food from the explorer's yurt, and this bat, just fucking massive bat, just comes flying out of the woods towards you. Give me a reflex save, Greshy.
All right. There we go. Not great. A 26.
26. Okay. The bat collides with you, grabs the food out
Oh
of
my
your
god.
hands, and knocks you to the ground. You take 3 points of bludgeoning damage in the attack. The dire bat continues flapping and flies away.
I just yell at it. Come back here with that.
It does not come
It isn't-
back.
It is an animal, though. It should at least listen to my request.
It turns and it's flapping and I can't do echolocation. I need water. Give me water.
Oh, no, with you then.
you could do it if you were not so thirsty. Parched.
Yeah, exactly. Too
Makes
parched.
sense.
Everyone, drink water, please. Okay, it makes echolocation sounds, looks at you, and then just keeps flying off with the food.
All right, fair enough.
You lose like one person's worth of food, but that shouldn't matter for your.
No, with the yurts and with me spending an hour creating food, that'll be fine.
Okay.
The worst case scenario is I will
Exactly.
forage for
Great food takes an
8
hour.
people.
It does take an hour to cast, but it creates 12 people's worth of food.
Well, okay.
And I mean, if I heightened it further, create more, but...
Yeah, sorry. So I guess I should have asked the prior day. You would have used create food plus the explorer's
Mhm.
yurt. Create food gives you how much? 12 people?
When I'm casting at 4th level, and when it's heightened there, yes, 12 medium
12
sized
people's worth. And the yurt gives
10.
10.
So
Okay.
22
so
people's worth
22
of food.
people. I ruled that the giant, Rock, and Phelan each take up 4 people's worth.
Mhm.
So that's 4 times 3 is 12. Plus the 2 of you who would actually be eating is 14. And then horse feed from Adam. Or for Gunn.
Yep.
I guess
15.
create food can create food for the horse too, right?
Yeah.
It creates nourishing food, so it could create food
Okay.
for horse as well.
Yeah, so you've got plenty of food space there.
Aye, we've got extra basically, but luckily the
Okay.
created food doesn't really exist. It's fake. So
Right. The bat will be in for a surprise when it
I mean,
Makes it home.
it can eat it. It'll be sustained. It just won't be very satisfying.
It just needs to eat it now and not like store it.
Yeah, it won't,
Does
it won't
the
last a
yurt-
day.
Create like tasty food, or is it just sustaining food too?
I think it's similar.
I think it's similar too. I don't recall off the top of my head.
That's a good question. I know that I'm pretty sure create food just creates like
It's pretty bland food.
barely.
Like
It's
biscuits
like an
and
energy bar.
Yeah.
jerky.
The yurt doesn't specify. It just says basic food and water. So
So it might
I
actually
imagine
be,
it would be similar.
Yeah, it's probably about the same. It's basically just like, okay, bread. Some,
bread, American cheese.
Yeah.
It's a continental breakfast from their
Yeah.
hotel motel.
Hmm.
Maybe
they
the,
have
like, slightly
muffins, but
low
only
end
bran
of-
muffins.
It's a slightly low end
Those
of Continental
bag
Hotel.
bagels.
Bag bagels, and there's
Oh,
a
look,
little
a bag
thing
of
cream
bagels
cheese.
tonight. It should change slightly every day. Be like,
There's
all,
only
like-
enough cream cheese to go on like one half
yeah,
of one bagel.
not like exciting food. You're like, oh, it's
Little boxes of cereal, but it's all off-brand cereal.
it's like the bad Chex.
It's Chucks and
Yeah.
and
Like Sam's Club root beer or something.
Yeah, frosted shapes.
Ounce and blast.
Thanks, Yurt.
Greshy, I have a small favor. Could
Sure.
you keep a featherfall tomorrow? Just in
Sure.
case.
I can prepare a feather fall for tomorrow. I can ask for that. You gonna try jumping out of the sky or something, or?
I'm gonna try doing some scouting tomorrow while we're traveling.
From the sky?
Yes.
Okay. Well, try not to fly too far ahead then, but I will
Okay.
keep a feather fall prepared.
Thank you.
Because I still have to catch you.
All right. Sorry, I'm having an
Yeah,
argument
well-
about checks in the chat. I hate checks. I really hate checks.
Do you like Chex Mix? Like the savory Chex with delicious parts?
I like Chex Mix when there's no checks in it.
You pick out the Chex.
I literally pick out the checks and throw it
But they have
away.
the surface area inside and out for the cheese.
I just
They fall
can't.
in
I
the
don't
holes
like it. Something about it is just weird to me.
Of course,
I don't know.
I like just like
See what you've done
shredded
now.
wheat, not frosted shredded wheat, just plain shredded
Oh,
wheat.
Do you
I can't
get
do
the
shredded
big
wheat. That's
shredded
weird.
wheats?
Don't usually get the big ones just
I
because it's a
love
pain
the
to
big
break that up.
Uh,
But I usually do like the bite-sized, just shredded wheat, not
I
frosted.
do like that. I agree with you, Will. Frosted is
Mhm.
not good.
Frosted is, but the regular stuff is better.
Both
I
are
love
bad.
the big ones. The big ones
You're-
are like
you're
when I was a
welcome
kid, I
to
used to
like
pretend
it.
I was a horse and I ate it like it was hay. My mom's like, "What's wrong with you?"
Maybe I should give them another try in my adulthood, but
Just check.
gives me shivers. You're all allowed to like it, but I don't have to.
I don't actually have a hard opinion on it.
Rice crackles.
I have a
Well-
very hard opinion on it. Okay, sorry.
I'm not- I'll
Cool.
talk later,
Um,
but I'm not going to distract you further right now. So.
What
Opinion.
does right, this is the end of the day. Anybody doing anything interesting? Asher's still reading the
Reading
his
to my
notes
rock.
to the rock.
Yeah, it's audible. Everyone can hear. It's like an audiobook for everyone else.
Are
I'm still
you
practicing?
tracking the hours that you're spending?
Oh,
Well, it would
No.
have been 2 days now, so it
Yeah,
would have been 8
Yeah, it'd be
hours total.
it'd be 8 hours total. It'd just be easier if you track it than me.
yeah. I'm just gonna do a tally and say every tally's 4 hours.
It's easy enough. And I think I told you it takes 56.
Yeah, it's gonna take
Oh.
like 2 weeks of downtime.
Yeah. Okay. As Asher is practicing his, it's pretty difficult text for Asher to get through. I mean, Asher does read, but it's a
He
been a
does.
dense
while.
and boring tome that he's working through of a language
Not a
that's kind of
studious
hard to pronounce.
Asher
things
learning effectively Latin is like
Pretty good.
Now, if we get a boss battle where the music plays and you hear that in the background, Ash will know what it says.
Or at least can guess at what it says.
Like, oh, we're in big trouble now. That one says, I'm going to murder you.
Cool. Greshy, you doing anything today? Or this
Gotta
evening?
keep talking to my giant friend.
Okay. Yeah, you spend some more time talking to the giant. What do you ask him about anything, or you try to lead the conversation anywhere?
I'm kind of curious. I'm not sure if he's willing to part with too much information, but I'm kind of wondering if Mokmurian, how many, like, is it just his tribe that Mokmurians come back with? Is his tribe that big that they are, have hit here? Or are there more tribes that they've brought with, or... Because I know that they've got the ogres working with them now, and these lamias.
No, he's assembled the full army of the giants. The Black Fists, the Red Shield, Nightshade, Maidens of Minderhall, Jormunseer, Valisgander, Cranach, Karavati. That's it, I think. Those are the ones that he got.
Oh, well,
That
that's
was
kind of
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Eight
total
stone
tribes.
giant armies. I suppose 9 if you count the raiding party. He's
assembled quite a large host. I'm kind of impressed. It seems almost unnecessary to have so many.
well, when you dream big like Mokmurian, you need as much power as you can get.
And he does like to gather that power. Wonder where he learned all of it from.
I don't know. I heard tell that, well, that Jorgenfist was where he learned where he came into his true power. Something there changed him during his exile. I've
Interesting.
only seen him once or twice myself. He rarely comes out.
I imagine he's doing very important things. That would be why he's preoccupied.
Yes, most of his orders come down from the others, like Terractinus or Drogert or one of the others.
And all of them are quite loyal, I would hope, to Mokmurian. They're not trying to do anything fishy.
I suspect all of them are loyal in some way or another, but we're not stupid. If things got bad, obviously I'm here, leading you to them.
Oh, sure. You're doing the right thing to make sure that you're safe. You're ensuring your survival. And your brethren would do the same. Makes sense.
But why do you do this, small one? Surely you know you will perish at the might of the giant armies.
I might. I just might, but... It's fun to try, isn't it? Fighting something harder, bigger and stronger than yourself and coming out on top.
There is no one bigger than us.
That must
I
make it
can't say I know
disappointing
that
for you then.
feeling.
Well, one
Yeah.
day you'll get to learn it. There's always something bigger out there.
He looks at you quizzically.
Well, there was that dragon after all. Dragon's bigger than you.
True, but dragons are dragons.
And we almost beat that one. I imagine if we come across him, we'll actually kill him for real. Then he wouldn't be the first dragon we've killed.
Do not doubt the wiliness of Longtooth.
Oh, I don't think we plan to. In fact, he might be the first thing that we track down once we get there.
He just kind of laughs at that, at the idea of you guys taking on Longtooth again.
Either way. If it turns out that Mokmirian's not all that he's cracked up to be, you think your people would decide that it's better not to mess with what they don't understand down here? Go back home?
He shrugs. I cannot speak for all of my people. I know what I do, and that is all. I know what I would do, and that is all.
That's fair. You're pretty wise, it seems, for a giant. Especially one so young. You seem like you should be a leader, not a follower.
He scoffs. And what would dwarves know of leadership?
I don't rightly know. We have leaders ourselves, but I don't know that they're any better than yours. But we haven't been
Alright.
killed yet, have we?
Dwarves were super proud of their kings. I guess
Does Greshy
Greshy's
seem like a regular
not a
dwarf?
regular dwarf.
Greshy's a short human.
Greshy's not as into the whole.
Yeah, Greshy has other opinions, as it would turn out. Okay, that's kind of where that conversation goes. Gunn, are you doing some more
More flying practice.
low flight practice before, since Featherfall's not
Try and
ready
go a
yet?
little bit. We'll try and go a little bit higher.
Okay,
Can probably
yeah,
handle it.
give me another athletics and acrobatics check then.
All right.
Two of you.
Athletics from Gunn. Still pretty bad at 27.
You still have a hero point, don't you?
I'm not going to use it on.
I mean, I'm just saying, you have it.
And Rock has a 20 on his acrobatics.
Sleepy boy.
Okay, so this
You
time
have
you
two hero
try.
points, in fact. I'm just saying.
You do. You try going up a bit higher this time. And unfortunately for you, the rock's still not quite as used to the added weight as you would like. And given the nature of this not quite a holster, it requires you to hold on in a very specific way when he's doing certain maneuvers. So at one point he tries to do a quick turn, and perhaps against your judgment, you might say something like, "Whoa, buddy, like not that fast" or something, but he does it anyway.
Mhm.
And you unfortunately lose your grip and fall.
Am I nearby?
Yeah. Let's see.
Any-
Can I do a perception
chance-
check to see that I'm noticing him falling?
Yeah, give me a
if I'm
perception
near
check.
enough.
We'll do that.
I'm gonna say any chance he could do an attempt to.
Ooh, that's not great. That's a 22.
Greshy happens to be
I'm
preoccupied
busy with this conversation.
yeah, talking to the giant at this point. Let's see. But you're not that high up. You're
That doesn't sound like 20 die, so.
no, it's not 20 die. That plus that plus that plus that. Oh. Sorry, you just take
I think it's
the
just
you just take the
yeah, half
feet you
the-
fall in the system. What am I doing? It's half the feet you
like
fall?
half the feet. Half the feet.
Yeah.
It's half the feet you fall. Okay, you take 30 points of bludgeoning damage from a
Okay.
60-foot fall.
I will pop up and immediately heal myself and go again.
All right.
She turns,
you-
looks at him. Whoops.
He just thuds like face first into the mud near the camp.
Everyone stops and turns.
Cannonball?
Oh. Are you all right?
Oh yeah, totally fine. That was just
Was planned, was it?
practicing some dismounts.
Hmm.
Well, that's how you get good at that, I guess.
You hear the scree overhead of Rock as he dives down to to check on you. But yeah, you continue your training. It's still going to take some getting used to, but it is how it is. All right. The toil day passes. Unless anybody wanted to do anything else that day.
Covered it.
Wednesday is wheel day.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll give
I
it
think it's
one
wheel
more
day.
day of practice before.
I mean, we've got plenty of days for practice at this point.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
And actually, if you do one more day, you might be able to go sell your horse at Galduria or something real quick.
Yeah, I mean, I think we can use him as a pack animal, carry our bag and backpacks and such.
I mean, sure. I guess.
as long as we're traveling, there's no reason to go out of our way to.
That's
so-
fair. I just don't want to bring the horse with us too far when we would
Hmm.
have to otherwise abandon him.
We could always try and sell him at a farm we're passing instead of going far out of our way too, or at
That's true.
Wolfseer when we have to cross. We could.
Oh, that's a
Trade
good
him
point.
for-
Actually, that's a great point.
Okay. Yeah, wheel day, Neth the 20th. You're closing in on the end of Neth. As you go further and further north, it is continuing to get colder and colder. Everybody's wearing warm weather clothes?
Aye.
Hmm.
And Phelan has cold resistance armor now.
Okay. And Rock is meant to live in high temperatures, so in low temperature
Altitude.
climates. So Rock is fine just naturally. Okay, so yeah, it's getting quite chilly these days and nights. The yurt, I think, does it provide any warmth? I guess not really.
I think so.
Oh, it has a fire pit.
It does have a fire
Yeah.
pit, aye.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's got a nice little fire pit. Yeah, cooking utensils, bedrolls, yeah, everything.
It's very
Um,
fancy on the inside, all things considered.
Those
Um,
witches knew how to live, or the hags. They weren't-
So yeah, you step out of the yurt and are hit with another biting cold morning as you make your way north. Which way are you guys going? Are you going toward Galduria?
It sounds
are
like
you
we're going
going-
to try and bypass Galduria and go straight for Wolfseer.
Okay,
Yeah, I think so.
all right. Give me another survival check to navigate.
Can I assist Asher on this?
Yes, you can.
Okay. Let me assist real quick and see if this helps at all. 31 to assist.
31. That is a success. So it's a plus
1, I think.
+1. Yep.
All right, here we go.
Asher.
Hey,
Not that it was
37.
necessary.
7.
Thank you, Greshy.
That is. Yeah, that is another critical. So you also get another slight boost in your travel speed, making it a bit further past Galduria.
Very nice.
Or you're kind of parallel-ish, slightly north of Galduria, by the end of this day. And let's see. Okay.
Is Galduria kind of small or bigger?
It's a larger town. It's roughly on the size of Sandpoint, I think.
Okay.
Actually, let me check that before I make shit up about Galduria.
It has this big name, and I'm like, ooh.
Let's see. Do I know how big it is? It seems actually kind of large. It is fairly new. It is... Yeah, it's almost as big as Magnamar, actually.
Oh, wow.
Okay, huh.
On another day, I'd be quite interested in actually checking it out, but we have places to go.
Yes, I don't actually know
I'm
that much
good.
about Galduria myself, so... it sounds like it's a newish town, and it's, like, rivaling Magnamar in scope. Huh. Okay. Oh, sorry. Never mind. I misread that. They have a college there that is rivaling the college in
It's a
Magnemar.
college town.
Ah, yeah. It's a college town. Yeah.
Okay.
There we go. Yeah, it has an arcane
nice.
college, the Twilight Academy. And it's mostly looks like it's lumber and grain trade.
Lumber trade. Ooh.
Wait, is this where Ash is from?
No.
Ah,
I'm
Is this
from
where he learned
Runelords.
about sawmills?
Yeah, I was here before with my sawmill buddies.
I mean, you might have come through here. Yeah, a lot of this whole
Yeah,
region
took an
does
odd
logging.
job.
True.
So wouldn't be surprised if Asher had been to Galduria before. Maybe that's why he knows this area so well and is able to give you guys so many shortcuts. Okay.
Sure would.
I know where all the deforestation.
All right. The end of the day happens. Gunn, you're continuing to work on your flight.
Yep. All right. This time we're gonna get it.
I believe in you.
Got-
Gunn.
We got a 31
It's
on
better.
athletics, and let's see what we can do on acrobatics.
That's
A 30.
good.
Okay. So a 31 and a 30. Today, the two of you practicing together are actually getting quite the hang of it after all of your failure yesterday and difficulties. You've both learned a lot. You're both getting pretty good hang of it.
Does he seem happy? Does he seem like?
he seems.
I'm
he seems like
excited.
he
Hopefully
seems like he's
that
having
rubs
fun
off.
with it. Yeah. Yeah. Your excitement for it is contagious. You get some sense that he was initially very hesitant to have you on as a rider or have anyone on as a rider. It seemed like he didn't want to be seen like a horse. But the two of you are... The more you work together, the more he starts to feel like a partner and not just like a pet that's following you around. So as long as you... He gets very belligerent if you like talk down to him. So the more you talk down to him, the more belligerent he gets, and the more you like kind of trust him and talk to him like a person, like he sees you talking with Asher and Greshy, the more he's like amenable to do things with you, and the more he's amenable to work together. So you start to learn to couch your language in a way that like appeases his like.
This is the most fun I've had in years. This is amazing.
Yeah, so at this point, the two of you have gotten in sync enough that you don't have to do these checks anymore. You're now practiced enough that you can fly pretty safely on his back.
Nice. But that's probably just for regular flying. Do you think? How confident would I be about fighting from there?
You haven't really tried it. You'd have to try it out to to know.
All right. That's
you-
tomorrow's.
Yeah, so far you've just basically done some like low height, mid height, and like some testing around with like really high heights, which is mostly a matter of Gunn's nerves at this point, of how high he's willing to go relative to the fall. Though obviously you can survive some falls, so.
The benefits of being high level in this system.
Yeah. I mean, people can survive some pretty crazy falls, as it turns out. Depends on what you land on, to some extent, and how you land. But okay. Asher, you're still working on your book.
I'm still reading to my rock. Rock hasn't told me anything back yet, but that's okay.
Is there any particular area of the language you'd be interested in focusing on? You're kind of starting to you're working your way through the basics of like how sentences are structured, like the grammar of it. But you're starting to get to a point where you can start learning like individual words and things. Are there any concepts that Asher would be interested in focusing on more than others? Or would he just be
I don't know about
reading through the books in order?
concepts. Probably reading through them in order. I don't actually know if I'd be like, time to learn some. He learns all the swear words first. No, he yeah, because honestly, like I don't know what I'd need other than just like a basic understanding. In Thessalonian, can he recognize if, like, is there an alphabet? Actually?
Yes, there is a set of alphabet-ish characters. They're all very runic looking. But yes, there is one, and he's basically like he's at the stage where he's like trying to memorize that alongside learning the grammar and individual words.
Because if words are, I don't know if it's the kind of language where it's like, here's a word and it's one character, or it's just an alphabet like English is. Or something
no,
like
yeah,
that.
it's closer to English. It's more of an alphabet, I think.
Okay, well that's.
It's just a runic alphabet.
Yeah, basic
Okay.
words. I don't know what I'd need to know to like read weird writing on walls.
Yeah.
It's a hard question.
Yeah, it's just like if you wanted to focus on like food concepts or magic specifically, or like history, or
Magic and history is probably where I'd go, because I'm like,
Okay.
what has like not magic but like ritual stuff has magic things in it, I guess. So is there
Okay.
a section on magic?
Yeah, there's a bunch of sections in both of these tomes. Many of them are devoted to like spell casting and all of the words related to spells, like how to say focus spell and how to say ritual and how to say scroll and how to say that casting this takes 1 day and things like that. Basically, it would be based on studies of ancient Thessalonian scrolls, like spell scrolls and that sort of thing.
I don't imagine there's a section on evil words when put together sound evil.
Perhaps not so specifically as that, no.
Well, actually,
there might
I
be some
don't know.
sections on like religious words.
Yeah, I was thinking, so the occult book I have, I don't know if it would have any symbols in it that are similar, but cross-referencing my books to see if I recognize anything.
Yeah, I wouldn't say you'd notice anything in particular. There's probably a couple of things in the occult book that are a bit more obviously Thessalonian or Thessalonian related, but that book's written in common, so
Yeah.
there's not a lot of... There's like a couple things that you might notice, like, oh, hey, I think that's a Thessalonian rune on this illustration on this page, but yeah, nothing particularly there.
Yeah. I think that's the only thing would be like cross-referencing, trying to recognize different words, even
Okay.
like short words.
And then Greshy, what are you up to?
Greshy's going to actually cast Enhanced Victuals on the food that he offers the giant for the day. So, it'll taste better. And if he seems hesitant, I will have some myself before offering it to him.
Okay. Yeah, you share in food with the giant. And at this point, while he started off hostile towards you, what's the order? Hostile, neutral, friendly?
It's hostile, unfriendly, neutral, friendly, helpful, something like that.
Yeah, he was friendly the prior day. He'd be helpful now.
Oh, excellent.
You're like slowly working on him. You get the sense that he's at least beginning to trust you and that you're not going to hurt him. And talks to you a bit more readily. He's still as a result of your talking, he's maybe gone a little bit gone from hostile to neutral towards everyone else, but he's not actively talking to them.
Which is fair. I don't expect him to.
I wouldn't understand. Well, I guess he speaks
Well,
common.
He does speak common, he just doesn't care to if he doesn't have to.
Yeah, his
That's
common's
his
not
tongue.
super great, and you get the sense that he doesn't speak it out of like embarrassment. It's kind of like why like I technically know some Spanish. I'm not gonna speak Spanish to Spanish people.
I learned French once. Cool. Today I just want to ask him. I suppose really I just want to know if he knows of any way we can deal with Mockmurian, like if there's any way to get to the tower that would allow us to avoid notice. I don't know anything about this tower, but I'm hoping that there's a way that we can get in that would, because he understands we're trying to defend our people the same way he would want to defend his. So while I don't intend to put all of his people to the sword, if I have to, we will, but I really don't want to. If they can go back to where they come from, then we'll all be square. So if he can help us get into the tower, I don't want to put him at risk.
You get the sense that he's like part of his helpfulness towards you is that he's like curious to see if you can actually do what you think you can do. He doesn't truly expect you to be able to do anything to Mockmurian.
That's a fair point.
You misunderstand me, small one. Jorgenfist is a fortress, not a tower. It does have it's a big outer ring. One side of the outer ring does have a tower attached to it, but no one is allowed there. Mockmurian, he makes his dwelling in the caves below the fortress. There's a big sinkhole, tunnel, cave in the center of the courtyard of Jorgenfist. Down there's said to be ruins of some kind. I've not gone down myself. I've only seen him in the courtyard itself, where he gives orders to the group, to the army at large. If you want to get to Mockmurian, you'll need to get there.
Out of curiosity, have you heard anything about a well of some sort down there in the ruins? I know you said you haven't been yourself, but I'm not sure if, people talk.
A well? Why? Do you wish to sate his thirst?
I would rather drown him in it, but no, this would have been a magical well of some sort. Doesn't sound like you've heard of any sort of thing.
He shrugs. I know of no wells, magical or non, at Jorgenfist. If they get any water, most of it comes from the ravine down below.
Does the river happen to flow into the tunnels at all? I suppose you don't know. You haven't been down there, you said.
No, I've had to go get water sometimes. There is a tunnel down through the cliffside.
Well, it's an option if we were to go speak to Mockmurian ourselves. Say hello. Possibly murder him.
You're very funny.
And not many people say that. They don't get my sense of humor. Glad you do.
He nods and smiles and continues eating.
Move on.
All right. Next day. Whoop. So you guys have another 28 miles or so. You can get to Wolf's Ear if that's where you're trying to go. Otherwise, you can go through the woods instead.
I think we should get to Wolf's Ear.
I think we should go to Wolf's Ear.
Aye. Quick detour.
Let's go to Wolf's Ear.
Woo.
Okay.
How
Do you think
big is Wolf's Ear?
Do you think there'd be wolves in
question.
Wolf's Ear?
I hope there are.
I hope they ride wolves.
I
That'd
can
be
turn
cool.
into a wolf and be in Wolf's Ear.
There you go.
Wolf's
Oh,
Ear.
fun.
What's our best way to disguise Gargan fronting the city if we chose to do that.
I like that you're
Any-
saying our best way as though we have a way at all.
Could we
He's a giant.
could we shrink him?
He can crawl on his. He could get on his little knees and scoot.
If he were willing, we could do that. I don't know if he's willing, but I would be happy to talk to him about the option.
To sneak through the town?
The problem is it doesn't last very long. It lasts about 5 minutes. We need to move.
Do they have a bridge, or would we have to take a ferry across?
There's
I've never
a
been to
bridge
Okay.
in Wolfseer. Asher would probably know that. Oh, even Gunn
Aha.
would probably know it, I think.
I'm gonna say I haven't been quite this far north. Most of my time was down near the Moshfens.
So one option would be to have him wait outside the town until we are ready to pass through. Then we'll come back, all leave together, go through as fast as we can.
You ever?
We can also
I s-
cross up higher.
I
We
suppose
could also
you've,
we could
been a-
also pass the town on this side of the river and cross elsewhere.
you've also been an honest man for too long, I think, Gunn. If you just walk into a place like you belong there, people may gawk. They aren't going to do much about it. As long as we don't tarry, we can just walk right through with him. What are they going to do? He's a giant. And we keep moving, we walk all the way through.
If
We're
you
good.
say so.
I mean,
Wolfseer isn't a big town, is it? It's like a smaller town.
Yeah, it's a much smaller town. They're known for having been annexed by Magnamar, so they're like part of the Magnamar super system city-state. And there was some great there were some scuffles around here that were pretty bloody. But otherwise, yeah, it's not a huge town. It's
Well,
it's like
what do you
roughly
think?
the size of Sandpoint, I think.
If you think that'll work, that's fine by me.
done a heist or two where it's served well. You just have to act like you know what you're doing. Now, the big thing is, if we wanted to sell it, we could tie him up. Doesn't have to be like really tight, just wrap some rope around his wrists, and then we can parade him through town.
Isn't he already? Did we unlock his shackles?
I had
Yeah,
the
he's-
impression that we
He's
had
been
completely.
traveling unlocked. We still have the shackles in the.
Yes, you do
I
still
guess
have
in
the
the bag.
chains and the key.
Okay,
yeah.
but I'm saying we could do that if we want to go super theatrical, but I'm not saying it's even necessary to do that much.
Yeah, I
We
would
just make it look like we've captured him, we're taking him someplace, we're walking
Mhm.
through, we go to the other side of town, we're good.
All right. Still, I think we should do our business there prior to.
Oh. Absolutely. This would not be a we're going to take him through and just hang out. This is a we're walking through with the giant. We're going to keep going. We're gone. They can talk about it after we're gone, but they're not going to do anything.
All right.
Probably.
They
Oh
all
right, I
fight
forgot to
'em.
change the day, didn't I? That was
We were on wheel day, so I think we're on Toil day was Tuesday.
Thursday.
Thursday's the weird one because it's not Thor's day.
it's the contract day.
Sign
this.
here day.
Hmm.
Oath day.
Oath day. That's what it is.
Contract day.
Contract day.
Well, I think about it as the
God.
day that contracts are signed.
Ah,
That's
Okay.
fair. That's
Well, it
fair.
has a th in it, like Thursday does.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's probably the point. Good catch there.
Okay, yeah, it is Oath Day, Neth the 21st. So you will arrive there towards the end of the day,
Mhm.
but you should arrive with plenty of time to do any shopping.
It's
or
actually
any other
Probably for the
business.
best. We could
Mm-hmm.
pass through when it's less busy instead of at the
Ideal.
height of the day.
So if you're just going straight there, and well, yeah, give me a survival check. Whoever's doing that.
Time to survive.
Greshy can assist if he wants.
Oh,
well.
no.
Oh,
It's a 36. It's actually fine.
Okay, yeah, you make good time then. You find some safer looking roads to travel on. The roads are pretty clear, and it's pretty obvious why not many people are traveling currently. It's obviously early
COVID.
winter at this point, and
Oh.
there's a lot of yes, everyone is staying inside because of COVID.
Are you
Locked down for
responsible?
COVID.
Socially
Yeah.
distancing. You don't see any caravans too close to each other along the road.
At
Okay,
least 6 feet
so you
back.
guys arrive in Wolf's Ear. Yeah, I guess you might have gotten an early head start and beelined right over to it. So Wolf's Ear is at the north end of Ember Lake. It is basically the start of the, or I guess the end of the Lamp Black River, which you need to cross to get over to the region where the Storval Stairs are going to be. So yeah, are you leaving him outside of town and then coming back to get him? Is that what's going on?
Probably just I'll go in because I think I'm the only one with business unless anyone else has anything to do.
I have
No.
no business.
I
just
I
gonna
think you should
sell-
just sell the
I'm just gonna
horse.
sell my horse.
Okay.
Say nice things to the horse.
Gunn leaves, says he needs to go talk to a man about a horse.
Head over to the stable.
Yeah, you
Say,
make your way over to the stable.
Traveling to the north. Won't be able to take this horse with me. I have other travel arrangements. I'm looking for a fair price.
Fair price, huh? Has horse got any problems, any conditions I should know about?
No, it's up to date on all maintenance.
The man you're talking to has like, he's a really hairy man. He's got like really hairy arms, like a massive chonker of a beard. It's like gnarled and white. No conditions, huh? He looks over the horse a little
It's been
bit.
actually he's been quite faithful. He's seen a lot of things. He probably wouldn't spook easily. He could be he could be ridden into a fight.
Give me a diplomacy check.
All right. Diplomacy is what is that? That is a 28.
28. Okay. He's pretty easy to convince that your horse is fine and is actually quite battle ready. He's willing to give you 6 gold for it.
Okay. I think we paid 10. That's probably fine. Or was it 2? I don't even remember. Could have been
The
anything. So
original
6?
price, I think, is 8.
Oh, sure.
So unless I
All right.
charge you a different amount from what that was, which I might have, I don't remember.
Yeah.
he is
but no,
he
I'll
is
take
willing
6.
to offer 6 gold for it.
I'll take 6 and I'll throw in the rest of the horse feed.
Okay. Yeah, he is.
That I was
He's
carrying.
happy to take it. Thanks to you, traveler. He
Any
nods and-
news? Any news in recent days? Have you heard anything about giants in the area?
Oh yeah, there's giants in the area, all right. A few of them tried to attack Wolf's Ear not but a few days ago. I heard some of the.
How many days ago
Uh,
exactly?
oh, it wasn't last night. Not the night before that. About 3 nights ago, I'd say. It's a group of two of them big gray ones, and one of them fat pale ones,
Hmm,
real peach skinned.
I see. What happened? Did you fight them off?
Oh yeah, we were able to fight them off easy.
Okay.
People of Wolf's
Well-
Ear ain't no fools.
I can see
We got
that.
tricks up our sleeves. You don't want to see it, mister. Trust me. He gives you like a little wink. Or you think it's a wink. You're not really sure. He just blinked one eye.
Well, yeah, I'll chuckle a little bit then. Like, good one. And then I'll just...
Perception check?
Oh, thanks very much. I'll be on my way. Okay. Perception check. Is he threatening me, or does he only have one eye? 26.
No. You just... When he does that, you notice that he has heterochromia. He's got one... one blue eye and one kind of, like, milky white eye.
Oh, okay. All right. So more like he has a cataract?
Yeah, possibly.
Okay. Odd, but not enough to change for me to suspect anything.
No, it's just a fun fact. Jason's fun facts.
I will say...
I'm
I will
suspicious
thank
of
him.
Jason's fun facts.
I will thank him. I will walk out the way I came, and then climb on my giant bird and fly out of town.
Whoosh. I like to imagine that Rock wasn't there. You like hand off the horse and the money, and then you like
Walk
you turn
outside.
around and whistle, and the Rock just like lands.
Yep.
And you hop on and fly off. And he's like he rushes outside, and he's got his like little farmer straw hat on, and he's looking up, and the straw hat gets blown away in the wind.
Perfect. That's exactly what I was going for.
Okay, yeah, I guess you return to the group.
Yep.
You guys just
Alright.
stare at him
Well.
blankly.
Yep. But
He didn't fall this time.
You know, that
No,
is good,
we're
actually.
doing-
Good.
in fact, I probably won't land. We'll just get their attention, and then like circle, and then tell everyone, okay, let's get going through.
Okay. I would tell Gargoyn that we're going to pretend he's bound. We're going to tie a rope very loosely around his wrists and just lead him through town.
Okay, yeah, he accepts, and you
Mhm.
tie a rope around his wrists, and then as a group you lead him through town, just kind of beelining for the bridge. Give me a group deception check.
How badly could this go? I mean, really. We got
Let's
this
see, I'm-
handled
I mean,
in a
I'm-
hat. That's a 26. That's not bad.
I'm not very deceptive, but I am also not present exactly.
That's true. If you're just leaving them to that, then I would need a deception.
I'm hovering above.
from Asher.
Yeah, I'm very
Sure.
deceptive today.
Sure.
31. A sneak.
What a sneak.
Sneaking
okay.
around.
So yeah, Asher, you're like holding the chains from the front. Greshy is like taking the flank, and I guess while riding on Phelan, and you lead the giant through town. Some people turn and stare. A farmhand with this well, sorry. People turn and stare, but they, seeing you like prod him along, pretty quickly convinces them that you've got this under control. They don't have to worry about him, and they just kind of go back to what they're doing. It is an easy thing to get through the town, and thanks to Asher's roll earlier for survival, yeah, that 36, that is enough to get a little bit further out of town before having to make camp. That night, when you make camp, you hear quite the odd thing. You've been hearing the howling of wolves in the distance every night, but this night of all nights, you hear
you for
quite a
real?
lot of them. It's coming from the southwest.
It's a town of lycanthropes. Are you serious?
Maybe.
What does the moon look like tonight, Jason?
It is. Oh, what? I could actually tell you that. Let me see.
Oh my god.
I know the session's got to end, but I want to know what was the phase of the moon. Maybe phase of the moon. What would this be?
That it was the 21st of Neth. Don't recall which year.
I wouldn't know because I don't know where on the planet this is. Never mind.
Well, it's
Well,
3.
I'm gonna say it's a full
Oh,
moon.
there.
It's 3 weeks after
Ooh.
Halloween.
That's true.
Was it full
No.
on Halloween-ish?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Full.
Yeah, we'll say it's full on Halloween. So it is
Mostly full
close to
again.
full now. Yeah, it's pretty close to full.
Well, I'm glad we got
Oh.
further out of town.
I want to howl back. I'm gonna be a wolf
Asher,
too.
please.
Asher
Please
morphs into a
don't.
wolf to howl back at the sounds off in the distance. There's some back and forth howling for a while.
Hell yeah!
You engage in excellent
Oh.
conversation with the definitely not werewolves of Wolf's Ear. And I guess that's where we will end it for tonight, as you guys camp down for the evening. A good safe distance from the town of Wolves, and make your way towards. You're basically halfway there. Whoa, living on a prayer. Take my bird. You'll make it. I swear. I'm gonna stop.
Oh,
Make
sure.
it
All right.
fair.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Yeah, this has been a third action. Your show du jour. Yeah, find us every Tuesday. Fuck, we're not on Tuesdays anymore. Monday
We're still
nights.
not
Monday
Tuesdays,
nights at 8:30. Monday nights at 8:30
God.
p.m. Pacific
Jason,
time.
Come on.
At
It's alright.
twitch.tv/third action. You can also find us at Third Action Show on Twitter. Yeah, that's all I
We're on
got.
YouTube.
Yeah, oh yeah, we're on YouTube. Yeah, I have that.
We are on
That's
YouTube.
cool. Yeah,
YouTube.
youtube.com/third action. I
Lots of uploads regularly.
had an issue uploading the episode from last week, but I'm going to do that right after this. Hopefully. So, see y'all next week. Good night.